Rolling with the homies.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of Two Ways to Say It podcast. I'm your boy KC, the one y'all came to see. I'm gonna just say it like that. Yeah.
um, Hello everyone. This is Ashley, your host of the twin.
This is says good. Ashley, what is your song of the day?
Oh my god, I just had it in my head. Oh, wait for you. By Future and featuring Tim. So I will wait for you early no morning late at night. So yes, I've been in my feelings all week. Oh my god. Get out your
Oh,
feelings, Ashley.
my song of the day is gonna be. I had to get like the whole thing. As I stand here contemplating.
You don't know nothing
Oh,
about
no.
that. You don't know nothing about that.
Will I
Chill.
take the wrong direction? Oh, my
Oh my god.
life,
What will I do?
my life's ahead of me.
Boom, boom.
I have strong
On
determination.
determination. And
Hey,
I'm not afraid of change.
change.
I
Ooh,
have yet to find that
find that
someone
someone
who would
who
care to satisfy me. To
to stay right round. Now,
who
who
can I
can
run
I
to?
run to?
Who can I run to?
To
Oh my
share this.
God. Let me go
Okay,
ahead and add it to the playlist. See, I
there
was
you go.
trying to get
I'm
out my
sorry.
feelings, but
I help. I'm sorry, but yeah.
so gym class in junior high school, we had to learn how to square dance. Now, maybe because we was in the country, I don't know. Did y'all have to learn how to square dance?
No, we actually other Birmingham City schools did it. We just didn't never do it. Like no school I went to did, but it was supposed to be like part of the curriculum for PE. Like that was supposed it was supposed to be a part of the curriculum. But I don't think the city schools did it, but you were supposed to. Like coaches just didn't wait to,
Oh,
just didn't do it. But yeah, I think everybody's supposed to do that for real.
okay. Because our coach, PE teacher, and he's the coach. He was the coach too. Took it serious, baby. If you ask me how to square dance right now, I could show you how to square dance. So
Yeah.
I don't know what made me think about it. Watch this. So
Yeah.
they'll
Oh,
run child city kids now. But go ahead.
we was in the door. After they
You
meet.
know what to play.
After they meet.
Exactly. Hey, young Joe now, y'all. Cursing in the gym, all ages. Listen
But,
to that.
but me, not they meet. And they be. We are
Sad. That's so sad.
we see that Diddy is under fire. Um, we see that everything he's been doing is kind of catching up to him. It's been a lot of lawsuits, a lot of cases, and we ain't gonna really get into them today because we waiting for the final verdict of stuff, you know. But we can all thank Cassie because Cassie lit this fire and the flame is going
She
and it's
definitely lit
going.
it.
Even though she didn't get all she should have from it, but anyway. And
Hmm.
so when we think about the case, you think about the people that's around him. Pay attention to people. And the one person I thought of, and we've been talking about it, is Caresha. Caresha,
Mm.
please.
Yeah,
Caresha.
Miami. Uh-huh.
And of course we don't know the official relationship status of them. We don't know, most people think that she with him because he like a sugar daddy, which we
Hmm.
gotta be realistic. You can't she ain't necessarily get money without doing something. But we think of her like she should get money from him, like he helping her out. In which way, in some ways, I think he have because he got her a little podcast and she was going on all the trips because of him or whatever. So whatever the relationship is, it's something. Um, but of course, recently, like we saw, her name has been coming up. We don't know her fully, but what does that say about her character, at least from what we see, because she still don't mind being associated.
I mean, clearly that you'll do anything for money.
Mm-hmm.
It any I ain't gonna say any price, but I guess at a certain price you'll do anything for money, right? Because we saw where JT and her career, was jumping off. I feel like they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty good now. It starts to stumble just a little.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they weren't making that many great hits or whatever like before. But overall, I feel like they were still making a good enough amount of money. They had enough publicity to
Mm-hmm.
kind of go out, brand themselves. I feel like you don't have to, especially with Diddy, do those type of things. And I feel like Caresha is not ugly. I feel like she's like, oh my God, is she like the top beauty person in the industry? No. Is she the ugliest? No. I feel like she's like that average pretty girl like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure I can name about 10 dudes right now that would have literally taken care of you without you having to do any of the stuff that your name
This.
is coming up in now. Not saying
Mm-hmm.
you did it, but with their smoke, there is
I think it
fire.
is. If it was all about money, I think there were so many men out here with money that have would live to take care of her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something about her where she do got that energy. Where I think they would have just accepted, even if she wasn't giving everything they wanted, they would have literally took care of because they see how she react to it. In
Yeah.
a way, she kind of like react to it like that girl who, how do I say, that girl who ain't never had nothing type. But and they love that reaction to it because they really feel like they're doing something for you. It validates the men to think, oh, I'm elevating
Mm-hmm.
her to this. And look at her now, like they gonna always attach me to her. And I wonder too, because you know, Diddy, honestly, this ain't the first time we've heard nothing from Diddy. I think most people, if you pay attention to anything, know that Diddy have been in some stuff anyway. So I always wonder what led her to Diddy out of all. I just
He looks like he's a smooth talker. He is a Scorpio. And we can tell from how he's moving too. But I also think too, like we talked about it before, where like some women, not all, but you have just that little percentage of women who like to have that. They want to be that doll for that man. That look
Mhm.
like you want to be the girl. Like he pick over everybody. You want to be. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't. At one point, we was talking about her and did it before,
Mhm.
where people saying like, I don't think she really like him and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's this little part of me where I really do think she liked him. I
Yes.
really do. But I think remember these are celebrities, but they are average people. Like they
Mhm.
think like average people, especially
Yeah.
we can see with the women, including like just throw
Mhm.
the Kardashians in there. They do very basic things,
Mhm.
so I can't expect her to change because she has money. She's literally the same Carisha. At least
Mhm.
I think she is. Just Carisha with
Oh,
money. Yeah.
I do think in ways. If she's still this young girl, like yeah, I think they think because I want to say Carisha is got to be like mid 20s or something. I think I don't think she.
Is she 20? Are they 28, 29?
I think well maybe late 20. Yeah, like they ain't no 30s or nothing. Like they ain't.
Yeah.
They still like young girls, like them young.
Yeah.
They still got that. I mean, you can tell they got the young mentality. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like you said, I think she truly did like him, and I think he pull that same game on her that he probably did in the other woman. Like, yeah, I think a lot of people think because she technically got that body and that look and stuff, like she playing him, like getting the money out of it. I don't think so. I think, yeah, she getting something from it, but at the end of the day, did it got the power in it. He
Yeah.
really.
We can literally tell even when they were at the Met Gala, like, I talk about zodiac signs all the time, but Diddy literally is a vampire. You can look at him and tell, like, the way he sucks other people's energy and he just lives off of it. Like, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something else too. So even when it comes to, let's just say Carisha didn't do any of this stuff that's in the paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're just hanging around somebody that you know who does this stuff. Now the lawsuit with Cassidy on what happened 2 months ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, I'm like, I'm
And,
around Diddy long enough to know if he paid this girl off,
mm-hmm.
this hush money pretty much, even though she didn't hush, but you know what I'm saying, not to
Yeah.
go to court and all this.
Mm-hmm.
You done did some. I don't care. Cause
You
30
admitted to it.
million, you ain't gonna get
Yeah.
that much out of me if I ain't did nothing. Especially
That
now, all you gotta do is just stay quiet for about 2 weeks and boom,
boom,
everyone
everybody love
forgot.
you again. I just tell you,
So
look good one time, and everybody like, oh, we like her. It's all it takes.
exactly. JT can kind of separate herself from this
Yeah,
because I can understand friendship and all that, but do it privately.
yeah. I'm about
Other
to
than
say yeah.
that, I would just hope, like, I always say, I know this JT's year, so hopefully she is taking the hint to kind of
To
go
get
on,
step
cut
back a
this
little bit.
off,
Mm-hmm.
cut it off.
Real quick, and yeah, and the last thing I gotta say, I guess, on Carisha and well, I'm gonna just say Carisha is, I feel like I said, I think she got what she gonna get from it. I think take what you got and kind of go about your business, like you said, lay low and stuff. But I think you were becoming this personality that people like. No matter what you said, what you were doing, people were becoming you were kind of getting a fan base on your own, just off
Mm-hmm.
your little podcast, your personality, and I think you don't want to lose that career wise. So I think it's like best to just take what you get because I think the more you stick with him, the more you kind of lose. You know what I'm saying? Because your focus is gonna be, no matter how much you try to avoid it, as long as you be attached to somebody that controversial and that this much of news with this type of stuff, I think that's all people gonna see you as, and you don't want that to be your career. And your career, so like JT said, it got me looking at you sideways.
It'll never be the same for the old days.
Old days.
Pretty in the
They're like
face,
that.
but my attitude stank.
Dang, yeah. So on this week's episode of
Now you know better.
yeah, I actually don't know better. So in Atlanta, we know Six Flags in Atlanta, and I think they had an opening day, which I didn't even know they opened this early in the year. But I guess they
Oh.
reopened. I know, right? And they, I guess, reopened for the season. I guess because it's gonna get hot outside, and lo and behold, all of the teenagers and so it was crowded. I see, and it's like half of them weren't even going to ride no rides. They literally out there outside the gate fighting. End up being a shooting. I think it was a 15-year-old, right?
Yep.
I didn't know parents that they 15-year-olds though. But okay, look. Okay, so I think he was in critical condition, but this is because of all the chaos that was happening. They was like they're fighting. I saw videos of girls fight. It was
And
so
the
many different
police shot him now.
police shadow, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like y'all, it's like it just causes up. I just don't even know how to describe it because it's like this is what y'all do every time it's a whole bunch of y'all together. And all this guy, what this made me think is literally, I think I'm to the age and to the point now that anytime I know it's a whole bunch of teenagers and young people, I will not go. Like
No.
literally, the moment I know that this is going to be the crowd and this is who attracted to it, I will not go. It could be a concert, it could be a
Mm-hmm.
simple just event. When I find out there's going to be young people, I will not go straight
Mm-hmm.
up. And I know that's so bad. I guess it's not bad to say because it's for real. Look how y'all act. Like
Where's the structure, right? So of course we always got to start back at home. So let me go ahead and throw
right.
everything ahead and clarify. You can give your child two parents in the household. You can give them the manual on how to live life the perfect way. We know kids gonna do whatever they want to, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been kids. I can speak on being a kid. My parents have told us not to do this, not to do that. We still do whatever we want to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is this though. We knew even if our mom and them dropped us off at the movies, because I know you said 15, but I want to
Yeah.
say around like 15, 16, there was an age where, okay, we'll drop y'all off, but we pick y'all up
Yeah.
at this time. We
Mm-hmm.
knew not to be in there fighting. We knew not to be sitting here around cussing around grown people.
Yeah.
Yes, did we curse? We sure did, but we knew not to curse around grown people. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't do that.
Right. Yeah, she don't do that,
You
yeah.
know, just for now, it might slip out now. But I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah,
sorry now,
yeah.
because I'm human. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sitting around cursing around grown folks.
Mm-hmm.
Just the boundaries. So my question is to the parents, like, are you doing, the best job that you can when it comes to raising your child and having them to understand, like, when you go to places, well, for one, you just shouldn't be fighting. But when you out in public, not only are you representing yourself, you're representing the whole family. I'm representing my mom, I'm representing my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do about that? Like, I've been around people who I feel like weren't structured, but in my head I knew like I can't do that. Cause I
Yeah,
will get my ass beat when I get home. Am I
exactly.
saying it's okay to beat your kids? I'm not saying it. But what I'm saying is I knew that there were consequences
Yes.
to my actions. So
No discipline.
are
There's
there
no
any
no
consequences to this?
no discipline. They get whatever they want. They
So what
they can do
happens
whatever.
when the police does shoot one of our children? Then
Yeah,
what? But then now it's an uproar. That's what I'm saying. It's like I think we're focusing on the wrong
the
thing,
wrong.
right? Not saying any police brutality and all that stuff. I'm not trying to compare the two, but
Right,
at the
right.
same time, when we literally sit and break down these situations, it's kind of like, okay, wait, hold on. Now you ain't had no business out there
One
fighting.
woman used to drop us off like we can go to like yeah, like you said. I think the most we did do was movies and out to eat. And I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember us even being able to do stuff until I got to like. Well, I'm just going other places had to be late. Probably senior year high school.
Mm-hmm.
I probably was only going out to eat or to the movies or something. That was probably all it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like, and I'm not even that far. You know, I'm only finna be 27, so I'm not even that far away from that. Well, I ain't that close to them either, but I ain't that. You know, with these teenagers now, we honestly, when we went out to the movies and stuff, and like we really wouldn't think about nobody from the cut up, or it wasn't the fact of. It's places now where I know for sure, like a movie theater where it was not too far away from where I used to stay. We used to when that it was called the Edge when it first opened. Everybody was excited to go there. Like we was like, oh, we got a movies over there. And it was nice. Everybody used to go there. People, with their parents, everybody. Last year they closed down because it was too many teenagers coming in there with no supervision. Was they were fighting and stuff there at night. All on with book ticket, they would literally go watch the movies at night and fight. And when I think about it, I'm like, bro, this used to be a nice theater. Even when you go up there and look at it now, like how even the way it's even look, it looked like it got ran down. You know, it looked physically tired. Like people that went in there and just it looked like it.
Yeah.
When they first opened it, it was so nice. Everybody was happy. I remember my mama used to be excited to take us to the movies because it was so close to home. We didn't have one that close, and it was nice. But over the years, these teenagers, that's all they want to do, and they were not going there to act right. They weren't watching no movie. They was in there trying to start something, want to fight,
Yeah.
want to do what era it was when they were saying like they hate police, they hate this, duh, 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 duh. But y'all literally do stuff to bring them here. Y'all come
Exactly.
to make them come. Like y'all don't know how to. It's so simple. I feel like it's so simple to just know how to act. And I feel like they know how to, but it's something in them that they just don't want to. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to act right. The stuff they
Man.
have, they didn't have to work hard for it. So they're
Mm-hmm.
given so much without any work or nothing in the middle that they literally look like everything too good. I gotta mess up because it's literally it's no there's no ladder to nothing for them. It's like literally they give them everything. Like I told they even get stuff too early to me. They get them everything, no matter what they doing. Them grades,
Everything.
they still getting everything. It's like it's no parents, and I'm not no parent. Remember, I ain't got no children, but at the same time, there's literally no line what good and bad with them. They don't teach their children what
No.
good and bad is no more. I don't even think they do that when they small. Like I think them saying no, no, no is a joke now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't even
It is. They're afraid of their
no more.
children.
Yes, like parents are
That's
literally
the
not
only
telling their children what.
explanation. I
It's
think
no
it's
different.
just now, it just seems like parenting is just giving my kids whatever to avoid parenting.
Yes.
So instead of just like, hey, let's sit down and have this conversation. You shouldn't be doing this. The teacher just called because the teachers can't teach in the classroom now. You can't say nothing to the kids. I noticed people were saying like, it used to be it takes a village. The village can't say nothing to y'all children. You know that we see it all the time. Don't say nothing to my kids. Don't say nothing.
You're gonna be mad.
You need to say something to them then.
Thank
Because if the
you.
police say
Mhm.
something to them, I ain't in it. I'm telling you now, I'm not in it. If I see your kid doing something bad, you're right. I'm not saying nothing. But the police get them,
The
I'm
police
definitely not saying nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay? I
and I just
know what it is.
go ahead.
Sneaker
Oh.
balls. I'm telling you, it's some sneaker balls. Give me some sneaker balls.
Oh, that's so funny. I literally say the video and send it to you about that girl talking about sneaker ball. How she hate him. I literally say that.
I'm
Yo,
just like, I just still don't get it.
it's a
I
prom
still do
dressing
not.
enjoyance. That's what it is. It's a
That's
prom
what
dressing
it
enjoyance.
is.
It's a prom.
It gotta be.
That's the prom. That's it.
And you know who be mostly invested in this? The parents. They be more excited than the damn kids. I'm like, damn, y'all bored as hell, ain't it?
That's all they can. The least important stuff is the most important thing to them. Literally the stuff
It's
that do
how
not
these
matter.
kids look. They put so much energy into how these children look. It is scary.
I don't. Many people know Halle from Chloe and Halle, her sister. But of course, we know she recently had a child by DDG. He's this YouTuber rapper. Anyway, on Twitter, this is a man. I'm not even gonna get a name because I feel like I see a lot of his. When I looked at a lot of his stuff, I see that he doesn't like us. So I'm not gonna give him any like whatever whoever he is. Anyway, so he posted a picture. He was talking badly about Holly's appearance. And if you see the picture, you would know why he is doing that. Simply because of her race. And he did it twice. And this second time, DDG, which I guess people will wait for him to take up for her, I guess, because you can notice she's not that type that will, she's not gonna do that. Yeah. She's not gonna say nothing to nothing or whatever. And he went on there. He basically said, well, he was talking about the man mama. The man mama passed. And I think she had cancer or something like that. And I think he said like went back and forth with him was like she should have had better doctors. He went there. He went there. Yeah, he went there. So I guess it was like a tick for tat thing. And on his end, he was trying to gain sympathy, like you told my mom or whatever. But then people on the internet was like, well, you can't be talking about folks, if you don't want about to talk about your people. Right. And so my question, I guess, would be, why do people feel like they can say outrageous stuff, and then when people do it back to them, it's now I gotta cry? I don't know.
I think because naturally we can't like sit and pretend like if I said something about your hat and you just start randomly talking about my mama, you'll just be like, that ain't got nothing to do with it. But at the same time, if my comment hurt you,
yeah.
Again, I can't tell you how mad that you can get about it. Like, yes, it seems petty on my end, everybody else end. Well, on the average person's end, but at the same time, this is what we say all the time. We don't know how people feeling. You literally could feel like shit today. Right. And just because I brought up your head, it's just like, oh, fuck that. Yeah. I'm finna go in on your mama or something like that. So I think that's just what it is. I think we think everything is an even playing field, and we have to realize that everybody don't play even. I play even up until we stop playing even. Once you stop playing even with me, then I'm going straight to hell. Yeah. And that's it. And I don't want to go to hell.
Yeah.
I don't. But yeah.
I think what a lot of people realize, and I know a lot of people do this. So you have these people where they know for sure in their heart that it's some stuff they will really get sensitive about. And they know that it's something that somebody can say to them that can really get to them no matter what. Like especially when you have like a parent pass, it's just certain people you have family members. It's stuff that you don't want nobody to say nothing about because it'll take you there. Or it can like, draw some tears or get you sensitive. But it's funny because it's always funny to me that those be the ones who have the most mouth or they say the most reckless stuff. And I don't know if it's projecting. I don't know if it's coming from a place of hurt or it's like because I don't know or whatever. And take it like he can take it like it's nothing. But who told you that he won't take it like that? You know what I'm saying? Like who told you that? You saying that by her or her appearance and stuff. Well, first, why would you even do that anyway? But in a way where he think that's like that a joke where it's like, oh, that's a little cool little joke. I can say this. Who told you that he don't feel that way about his girlfriend that you can't talk about her looks? It's like somewhere people feel like you can play or joke on certain stuff because it's not that serious to them. Or like you don't see it from that side. And I feel like that's what this was.
Too, with Halle, I feel like she told DG not to say anything. And I think he took a little because I said, she's like, no, just don't say anything. Yeah. Because people, we not finna pretend either that we don't compare like cartoons and animals to how certain people look. Now, Halle is cute. Chloe is cute. Like, it's, of course, like, do I think that was just a joke? I do. But hear me out now. I think because we know that he doesn't like us, and he should know that too. That it's of course, we're gonna hear it differently from somebody who probably was just saying like, "Oh, she looks a little like ET." Like now, you know what I'm saying. So So I gotta look at that too. Like,
Mhm.
I do think it was just a little joke. Now, I'm not saying that it was okay or anything like that, because
Mhm.
if somebody said, I'm pretty sure compare me to animals, something like that, like, yes, that hurt my feelings and so like that.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure my man would want to jump in. But I'm like, no, don't even say nothing. Just let it die down. Like, I don't
Like
care.
that. But like I don't see
Yeah.
that either. I don't see her telling him to go say something because I don't. She doesn't see it. Seem even had that type of. It ain't in her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Yeah.
her
And
talk
she
about
just
her, but
had a baby.
yeah, well,
She
she ain't
ain't
even.
say that.
Yeah, she ain't finna say nothing about that. But I do think the internet or people in general pressure, I guess, dudes because I don't know if they do it to
Mm-hmm.
women. They might would pressure dudes to they getting at your good, you know what I'm saying? Or like,
Right.
don't let them just where they feel like they gotta say something. And I think we gotta find that space of like, you don't have to say something to everything. No matter how people gonna look at it, like you ain't being man enough or this and that. You gotta just kind of let them talk on it because I think you yourself can tell when stuff is not
Think if
working.
it just getting to a certain point where everybody like,
Yeah, yeah.
then I think me as his woman, I
Mm.
would be like, I told him not to say nothing. We're not
Exactly.
entertaining it, and then just let it go.
Mhm.
So that, yeah, like, to me, that's that balance right there.
Mm-hmm.
Where if it's just getting way out of control, people won't shut up about it, then I need to get up. I'm like, look,
That's
y'all let it go. We let it go.
and that's
We
it.
don't care. I told him not to say nothing. We not finna entertain it. End of the day, boom. You
She probably, I think she let him have it. I think she let him have it because she knew his intention of taking up for her, where she was kind of like, okay. But then she probably on the other end was like, dang, that's kind of, I'm just not gonna get involved in it. Like, I'm gonna let him handle it. It's like,
Yeah.
when she literally stayed away from it, make she ain't like men, laughing, nothing, act like she ain't even online with it, because I just don't see her having that type of energy. My last little message to you guys today would be stop taking advice from people on the internet. I noticed this trend of it'd be so funny. I scroll across about five little things where they be like, "Oh, one thing I learned." They say this thing. They be like, "I don't know who need to hear this, but," and they be literally saying advice to it be personalized advice. So people go through some of their own life and feel like some of everybody else need to do it. No,
Mm-hmm.
so if you hear that advice and realize that you are not that person, and that's just because it worked for them, don't mean it's gonna work for you.
Go work for you.
Um,
Yep.
yeah, just stop taking advice from people on the internet. Yeah, you got to figure out your own advice. That's all I got.
What we said about now you know better. Parents, take care of your children. When I say that, I literally mean mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So stop all the sneaker balls for one. But also, check on your kids, see where they at. Stop just dropping them off places, and especially when they ain't got no structure, no
Mm-hmm.
type of home training. As a person who not home trained, know when somebody else not home trained, and as a person who home trained, know somebody who's not home trained. So
Just like it.
keep them children in the house,
Please.
or you need to be
Sometime
around
at
them so
least.
you can
Yo.
tame them. And
Mm-hmm.
and, and granted, I'm laughing, but it really is getting out of hand. Our children are getting out, and I say our because
It's
we're all connected. We really are. So we just somehow need to get back to discipline our kids. That does not mean whooping or whatever. Whatever you think discipline is, if it's taking away toys, electronics, certain clothes, not buying certain shoes, the wigs, lashes, and all that
everything.
in
Mm-hmm.
the fifth, sixth grade.
Yeah.
Let all this stuff go, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get back to what serves us. I think I said it right. I don't know, but yes, let's just get back to that, you guys. So that's the message that I have, and let go of the sneaker balls. I said it and I meant it.
Yeah.
Just,
Please.
just remember, I said it, and we ain't benefiting from no sneaker ball. We not. This why they ain't got no boundaries. This why they.
They think they can do everything.
But
Yeah.
I ain't got no truth.
Yeah. We ain't got no children.
So I'm gonna be quiet. I got a niece
Oh,
though, but I ain't got no children.
just like that. But we know how it feels to be a child. Thank
We
you.
do.
Just like that.
Okay.
For watching. Continuous watchers. Listen, everybody, just thank you for tuning in to us to hear us talk. So like, comment, share, do what you do, and we will see you on next week's episode. Toodles.
And don't forget to square dance. Swing your partner.